Welcome back to the Changing Earth podcast with author Sarah F. Hathaway and co-host Chen Gibson. Blending survival, fiction, and fact to bring you entertaining education that will help you dream, survive, and thrive. And now, here's your host, Sarah F. Hathaway and Chen Gibson.
Hello, and welcome back to the Changing Earth podcast. 10 years of podcasting, and we still have technical difficulties. What's up?
It's still new.
It's still going on. It's because the technology is always evolving, and we're just trying to.
I'm glad you said it evolving, not improving.
Yeah, right. That doesn't necessarily mean it's improving. It's just evolving. No, we like our new streaming platform, and it's okay, and so I can't complain, but we're still getting the bugs out of it. Just don't get the normal use out of it. But big news today, guys. Big news. Well, 10-year anniversary, first of all, right? 10 years of doing the Changing Earth podcast. I started when I was 25. Here I am 10 years later, still 25. And it's just amazing how time doesn't fly. Don't I wish? No, I was a little bit older than that. I'm a little bit older than that now. So when we started, I had only published Day After Disaster. The series, the Changing Earth series, has grown into 11-book series. 11. You guys heard me right. Because here we go. The Las Vegas years.
Look at that.
It has arrived. It looks so beautiful too. That's my man, Douglas Hogan, ripping up the covers. So it is available for pre-order right now. Help me out, guys. Go pre-order one. It's a couple bucks. Come on. Support a struggling author, Get it on Amazon. Order it up. If you want to sign one, you can order them from me, and I'll have them out at Prepper Camp. So, you're getting hooked up, Chin. But, it's finally done. How many years ago? 10 years ago, I published Day After Disaster. I was like, I'll cover those years eventually. So we finally did it. 11 books. The audio drama is just a really cool project to be working on. Hopefully a TV series before too long. We got pieces of motion, but you know how it is. So you just never know. Almost 500 hours of survival knowledge.
Holy smokes.
Right? And I got to tell you, when I was going back through trying to pick two, we tried to pick two shows that we really liked out of every season. It was rough. I was like, I set a lofty goal for myself because there's so much good stuff. I need to go back through and listen to this.
Yeah, I misread that. I thought you said pick two shows out of 10 years. And then I read it again, and you said two out of each book. I'm like, whoa, I don't have that much time.
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was going to be such a challenge. There's a lot of crazy good survival knowledge in there. Like I said, my goal now is to go back and listen to them all because it's incredible. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot all about that. I forgot all about learning about so many awesome professionals and everything. So, so many amazing friendships. And I have to tell you, that's the biggest takeaway I have, besides 500 hours of survival knowledge that, you got to learn with me as it went. But the friendships that I made, Chin, you, Intrepid Commander is going to join us in a minute. Dave and Doug and friends, Dale and Lisa. James, I'll just do honorable mentions of them as we go on through the show today. But so many really incredible people. And I'm not just talking about like friendships where you just talk to each other online.
Digital friendships.
Yeah, digital friendship. Most everybody there's a lot of people out of the people that came on my podcast that I am personal friends with, like in person and everything now, which without those 10 years of podcasting, I don't know that those friendships would exist. So Ellen was supposed to come on today. Unfortunately, we both got the flu at the beginning of the week. funny how sisters unite, but that happened, and so she had to work today.
Not going to be on?
Yeah, no,
I
she's
was
not
so
going to be on.
excited to chat. Okay,
I know.
fine, I'm stuck with you.
Get her on. I'll get her. I know. She's like a day off from us. What? Australia.
Yeah. Hey, I just
And then-
asked Grok how many. What's the average number of books a self-published author does? 1 to 3 books over their career, and some do 3 to 7 max.
Right.
How many did you say you have out already?
11. And I'm working on those
11.
nonfiction. You know, that's a much more daunting
1 to
task.
3 average over a career.
Right. Well, I can't, I overachieve a little bit. It's kind of one of my flaws as well, because I get a little overdriven. We'll say it that way.
Well, you used to say you're a writer, you're an author, you write.
All
Now you
right.
can say you're a podcaster, you talk a lot.
I do. My husband was like, "Don't you have a podcast to do?" Like, so, we took Christian to the camp today, to summer camp. So it's his first week away from mom and dad. And
Nice.
it's nice. It's rough on mama. So, alrighty. So, Las Vegas year's pre-sale. Grab it now. Completely help me out. That'd be awesome. Let's try and rank this book up number 1. I picked some great categories for it, and I know we can get there. I'm already pushing the threshold. And with your guys' help, that was my last really big takeaway from doing 10 years of podcasts. The survival community that has stemmed off of this show, the lives that have been touched, it's irreplaceable, man. Irreplaceable. Chin got me this beautiful little 10-year anniversary gift, which is...
I'm sucking up to my boss.
Yeah, I did get you a Bronco. But,
you did.
Yeah. But, thanks, man. But, the survival community, the people, James and I were actually talking about that earlier, just what a difference it makes in our worlds. Because we can get a little closed in working on projects a little bit. So, and then today we're going to do a couple of giveaways. We're going to give away a copy of Las Vegas Years, and I'm going to give away a t-shirt. So stay tuned for that. That would be a pop-up in the chat. I don't know how many people are over in Element, but pop up in the chat, and I'll have some questions, and we can go there and check it out and see who wins. Who wins? All right. I think I have the technology on properly now. Maybe. All right. So the other big deal that's going on is Prepper Camp. And, Prepper Camp is awesome. If you go back and listen to some of my shows, you can listen to every single year that I was there at Prepper Camp, which is insanity, 5 years ago. And I was realizing that as well. I was like, there's a lot of really fun shows in here as well. The Goose Egg show where we played Family Feud and Doug just bombed out. I'm not allowed to talk about that with him. So, but yeah, Prepper Camp's coming up. James is doing a really cool interview session with everybody that's involved in that. So you guys got to check that out. Tune into it. I always wanted to do that, so I'm a little jealous, but I'm glad he took the ball. Rick kicked his butt, I think, and got him going. Why don't you come on, Intrepid Commander? Come on. It's your time to shine. He's there. I got to add him.
Bingo.
There we go. Yeah.
There he is.
Technology. I need somebody to take care of me,
Hey, I'm gonna sweeten the giveaway pot with a lifetime PBN membership. You decide who gets it. How's that sound?
Oh my goodness.
Up in the
Lifetime.
chat. Lifetime PBM membership.
Maybe they got to buy a Las Vegas to get it or something along those lines. How about that?
Yeah.
You make the call. Whatever you want to do.
You know
Just
what?
let me know who they are.
I love my people. I believe this literally $2.99 to go pre-order that book. If you can't spend $2.99 on me after I've spent,
Oh, for sure.
that Yeah, I'd rather we just do the giveaway because that's super awesome, dude. I didn't expect you to do that.
Works for me.
Hold on. Chin got me all emotional. I forgot to check the mail yesterday. And, and I was like, oh, crap, I got to check that before we get on the air. And then I opened up that box with the gift. I'm like, darn it, Chin. Oh, my God. It's going to get me all teared up.
Hey, yeah, that's beautiful, man. That's a wonderful little gift. 10 years in. It's a
Sucking
tremendous
up to the boss,
milestone.
man.
Chin was talking about the authors, but the other thing, and maybe you can look it up to verify, Chin, is the podcasters.
Yeah, we did that too. I sent that
you
to
did
Sarah.
that? What's the average podcaster? I mean, there's no way they make it 10 years. It's like
6
3
months or
episodes,
something.
right?
Yeah, it's like 6 months.
6 months, yeah. 6
And like
months.
75% attrition rate too.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. I mean, we've seen it here at PBN. But yeah, it's amazing. It's absolutely incredible. When did Chin come on?
Chin came on. I was actually looking at this because I was going through all my shows when we were on Endless Night. So I think it's like definitely over 5 years ago. I think Chin came on 6 years ago because I was going back to work. So Chin's been with me 6 years.
Gee.
Chin, man, you're the best.
Yeah, I was still living in a different state at the time.
Yeah. And I was going to quit.
Confusion.
Oh,
I know. It's like, what can I do to help? Yeah, I was like, what can I do to help? Thinking I could like help find talent, find guests and stuff for the show. No,
she was like, found it.
No, she had the shepherd's crook and just
found it, baby.
Here's what you can do.
You're super smart.
You're not doing anything Sunday nights, are you?
Yeah.
Block those out for me.
I know. That's why.
There were a lot of
I'm so blessed.
a lot of big decisions, a lot of sort of make or break decisions that took PBN in certain directions over the years since 2018. And definitely one of those was, bringing you guys on, bringing Sarah into the Prepper Broadcasting Network airwaves. Because that, I had no idea that was going to turn into the absolute monolith that is the audio drama on top of, the great show that you guys do every week. And the other big thing that I think you should know about Sarah is that you do the informational podcast in a way that I don't think anybody does it when it comes to taking the disaster, doing an hour on the disaster and making it entertaining, but also informative. Like I can't do it. I don't have the skill set that you have to I guess it's your layout. I don't know, but it's the wildfire show that you did probably a month ago, something like that. It was during the LA fires.
Yeah.
I mean, that whole show was a clip. I was putting clips together for like in YouTube and stuff. And I was just like, this whole show is a clip, because it's hard for me to stay focused. I get like airheady and then other shows are like too focused and it becomes like listicle. You know what I mean? Number one, number that.
It goes into the
yeah, you do the legitimate like emergency preparedness podcast the best, I think. Just enough banter so that it's not like I gotta go, but not so much banter that you're like, what are we talking about? I forget what we're even talking about.
Right.
I loved it yesterday. I was listening to show number 1, season 1, show 1, and Sarah's like, I'm gonna try a new format. We're gonna read a little bit of the book, talk about some kind of skill or knowledge base set, and then we're gonna go into it and I guess it works 10 years later. That's a good format, Sarah. You had something there.
Right? And now we got the new book. I was just thinking, like, we could, I've got to get through some more of the audio drama stuff. I'm trying to catch back up with videos and everything. So I'm sorting the audio drama world out. But as soon as that is back to where, like, I'm only working on one show at a time again, instead of multiple areas, we can do the Las Vegas years and read that book on here. Would be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Well,
that'll be
talk
sweet.
about
for sure.
changing Earth. You better hurry up. It's like the whole West Coast was under tsunami warning. I don't know how
That's all
much
I can think
longer we're
about.
gonna have
Right?
to pass out life jackets.
3-pointer in New Jersey yesterday.
Yeah, I saw
Wow.
that.
Right on the edge of the Craton, and it hit the North American Craton, like sits from Utah, scoops down in Texas, and goes up. In case people don't know what I'm talking about, but right on the edge of the Craton. I mean, you can do a map and look at those mountains going there, and then it hit the New Madrid as well, right in there. This.
So not only did you nail the format, you nailed the title of this whole series, The Changing Earth.
Yeah, it just happened that way too. I knew it was going to be a series, and I was publishing with Tate Publishing at the time. They were the worst ever.
I've got bookmarks from them.
Yeah,
Back when I was a fanboy.
but it taught me how to like self-publish my own books. I mean, God has a reason for everything, so it was definitely a move to go that direction. But yeah, publishing with Tate Publishing, and I got totally. You guys got me all flustered now.
Hey, it's wild, man. Like I said, it's not a common feat. You're standing on two uncommon feats at one time, you know?
Yeah.
That's the crazy part. It'd be wild enough to come on and say I've been podcasting for 10 years. But when you add the whole book publishing, and not just book publishing, you know, the series.
It's
I
gonna
could
work.
never do a series like that. There's no way I could do it. It's amazing. Like I said, our brains must just be different.
The next Dynasty, the next Walking Dead type series.
Yeah.
I feel that once it gets found by the right person, it's just
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
so timely. So timely right now.
But it's just one of those things where so many people have the idea, say they could do it, or say they have the first book in the series. Like, so few people will take the series as deep as you've taken it, side quests, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah,
you know?
she's got the 2 spin-offs, right?
Oh yeah, you've got a television series with
Yeah.
what, 3 movies now?
Yeah.
Basically 3 movies that you could put, you know, in between seasons.
Yeah.
Directors, what are you waiting for? People, producers, Jesus.
Yeah. And that's what we're watching right now. Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy to me. It's like there's this gem out there, and people are like, "No, I think we should do Caddyshack 7. That's what we should do." What are they doing now? Naked Gun. Come on.
Yeah, at least Liam Neeson did it.
Over again, not even 7. It's Caddyshack 1 redone, right? It's like,
Yeah, right. Exactly.
keep
Exactly.
redoing the same movie.
Yeah.
Make it worse while we're at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like inevitable to me. You know, the landscape has shifted. The world has shifted in a very big way. The world is shifting underneath our feet, too. So
Yeah.
it seems inevitable, you know, that somebody picks it up and goes, "Oh, my God, I'm so rich now that I met Sarah Hathaway. I can't believe it." You know?
I'm going to work, man. I'm ready to go. Like, they're like, "Do you have enough energy to keep up with me?" I'm like, "Do you have enough energy to keep up with me?" This is the question.
Whoever takes the risk is going to become a very rich person.
Right.
That's all I can tell them.
That's going to be fun.
It
Yeah,
will be.
so After Disaster, when I did that one, I honestly had no idea what the disaster was yet. What started?
What was the
book
idea?
series.
The wine cellar situation, or
Yep, I'm going down to school. Work state, and my family's up in the foothills, and so it was really just a thought exercise on like,
wow.
what do I do if shit goes down here, right? And so I had no idea what the real catalyst was going to be. I've always had this writing angel that sits on my shoulder, and the writing angel is like, "This is where we're going," right? And then it just all comes back around on its own. It was really, really incredible stuff. Yeah, and it took me 8 years to do that book.
Did it really?
So-
Wow.
Mhm. Yeah,
It took
I just
you
picked
8
it up.
years to do the first book,
Yep.
and then what? 12? How many more years to do the rest?
3 in 1 year. Yeah.
3
after
in
that.
1 year.
Yeah. Well, I was blessed enough that when I had Christian, We had the ways and means for me to be able to stay home.
Oh, so Christian's asleep and you're...
Yeah, I mean, I had so much energy and so much, to give. I started 2 businesses and I wrote.
Man, what a cool mind frame to write a survival book from a woman's perspective too, a little like postpartum.
Right, with the baby.
Wow.
There's been some eerie coincidences, like, for example, when I was writing Dark Days in Denver, and it's the spoiler alert for anybody who doesn't know my series. It's the Yellowstone eruption happens in that book, and the sky goes dark, right? Where it's orange haze. Well, California was having really bad fires at the time. And so it was all orange outside. And then Swenson has Erica on that neck chain while my friend was going to school in Costa Rica. And so my martial arts instructor was just drilling us with chokeholds all the time. And he's pinning us to the ground like, it's for real, right? To the point where it was like, oh my gosh, my throat hurts so bad. I need ice water. I need this. I need that.
Yeah.
And it was just mimicking like exactly what I was writing in my book. I was like, okay, that's creepy.
I mean, that's the way to do it, right?
Yeah.
First-hand experience.
Yeah. I was like, this is the worst. And then also when I was writing Battle for the South, the Houston hurricane happens, right? And that was 3 months before Ian hit Houston. And I wrote that part of my book 3 months before it happened. And the same hospital that they used to triage people in Ian was the one that I had picked to write into my book. Because I would look at topographical maps and everything. I was like,
great.
Well, that's true.
That is a trip.
Yeah. It's like I say, the writing angels, like, this is the story that you need to bring forth. And so I just always listen. And then try to help
I'll
people.
tell you what, I mean, we want the best for you and we want to see it go as far as it can go. But what you've done, never discount what you've done with the books and with the audio drama. I mean, you created the universe. You know what I mean? The universe is there. And that's, like I said, I know a lot of people in life, writers, preppers, that have a great idea and one day they're going to bring it to life and it never happens. It's a very rare person that brings it all together with that many books.
When I accomplish a goal, I always have another one on the list. And I hardly take the time to go, wow, right? Like,
yeah, you should wow a little.
Right?
You should definitely wow a little.
I was posting the audio drama. No, I had to go back in my records because I didn't even realize it was my 10-year anniversary. But I had to go back to show one. I was trying to figure out.
That's the sign of a worker right there.
Yeah, right. I was trying to figure out how long I knew Doug Hogan for. Right? So I was like, okay, I'll just go back in my podcast because the first time I met him was him coming on my show.
Sure,
and, then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm coming up on my 10-year anniversary. July 24th, I published my first show. This is crazy.
Right?
Yeah. And just about 500 shows. I don't know how my count got so off. So we're going to go through some of the books, some of the episodes. You can stick around if you want, James, and walk through it with us. You're more than welcome. It'd be great. But let's stick to a little bit of a format so we get some learning done as well. We're not.
There we go.
Right? There's how it's done. Reining them back in.
Yeah. I mean,
right?
Like I said.
Start out with Day After Disaster. Like I said, at this point, I really didn't know that it was going to be the Great Quake Catalyst. I had always filled my head up with a lot of prophecy, though. So that's probably, where everything came from.
Oh, yeah. You were the person that told me about the Hopi raining lightning prophecy that never left my head ever. It'll never leave my head. You know what I mean? That was one of those, that's wild.
Yeah. So, and they all converge on like the same thing. So, but during this period, I was reaching out to people trying to get an interview somewhere, right? I've got this book. I got this podcast. I'm trying to get an interview. Yeah. James Talmage Stevens. He was known as Dr. Prepper.
I remember Dr. Prepper, I think.
Dr. Prepper, yep. He passed away. His survival book was actually like his college thesis that he put together for it. Yeah. And he gave me that moment, that, hey, come on the show. Let's talk about what's going on instead of, another fiction author, that kind of thing. And his big shtick was eat what you store what you eat.
Great advice.
Mhm.
Right? How many of us go out and buy shit we're never going to eat?
Yeah, I did it in the beginning, for sure.
Right? Exactly. And now it's like, okay, we're only buying the things we actually eat so we can rotate them. And so to get that piece of information like that early on was really, really beneficial, I'd say, as far as like honing into like functional preparedness.
Yeah.
Because one of my friends, he grew up in a prepper household, and his father cared more about stocking food than putting his kids through college. So there's extremes, right? Yeah.
Wow.
And this is kind of like the reality knock, like, hey, you might have that stuff for 20 years and never actually eat it. 20 years as long as you think.
Yeah, rotation is important too.
Right?
That's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big one. But the other big thing in storing what you eat is making sure you can cook the raw ingredients that you're storing too.
Working with it. Exactly.
Yeah. The rice and the beans.
Book's awesome that way. That the dehydrated, how to cook all the dehydrated stuff.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Probably good to have a little practice with that before the end of times come.
Right? And you just got all these powders. The other thing though that he talked a lot about that doesn't really get mentioned kind of in our preparedness landscape now is it's your societal obligation to prepare. It's your responsibility to, be
by that for sure.
part of your community and not being a burden on your community if you needed help.
Yeah.
Do you think that's part of a mature, like the more mature you get into preparing, the more you start to come around to that mindset?
Yes.
You know what I mean? When you first come out, you're reading all these novels about this, that, and the other, and the lone wolf and all this crap. But the more you get into it, the more you realize if you can get the community involved, it's less of a burden and less arrows pointing your direction if anything were to happen, right? So if you can invest the time up front before something happens, other people are also engaged in the recovery or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. Also, because my game plan was like, I'm taking my kids to the woods.
Yeah,
right.
We were all there at one point.
Yeah,
we were all that terrible idea at one point.
Yeah, right.
Pack the backpack, have it sitting in the closet. You're ready to go.
Oh yeah, boom. Ready to roll. So
foraging manual.
Yeah, exactly.
What's on the menu tonight?
The other one that was really cool, just because I had some really bad stomach issues in like 2018. My gallbladder went bad, but they told me, it was basically because of a lack of medication. They had me on all these medications. And I was like, no, man, that's just making me feel horrible. And so I got into herbal healing a lot. And Kat Ellis came on my show. She was one of the original.
She was the best.
Right? And I don't know what happened to her. I know she wanted to go to like law school so that she could go in and really start making a difference. She cared enough that she was like, I'm done sitting on the sidelines. So I'm not going to be podcasting anymore. I need to jump and actually, be having a voice. And I know she went after her law degree so that she can help change the world, which is great. So.
Yeah, her not her whole archive, but her shows are archived at prepperbroadcasting.com. If you go search the Herbal Prepper.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how many I have up there. It's probably close to 10.
All right.
If you search the Herbal Prepper, you could listen to her.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
she's so incredible. And it really gave me the, like, mom has high blood pressure Okay, well, what can we plant so that
Mhm.
if your medicine was suddenly gone, we can figure this out? You know, that's important.
Yeah.
So many people
Yeah.
are on pharmaceuticals.
Well, food and medicine is a great starting point. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
That's not a bad way to get in at all.
Yeah, that's where
You
we're
know?
starting out, like the awesome shows. So that was, the Eat What You Store, Store What You Eat, and then the survival medicine. Honorable mentions. My good buddy Skip Buck was on. We did a lot of physical fitness, whatnot. He's just an awesome man. James Hart, he did a lot of my like desert survival, lots of wilderness survival material. Dr. Bones, of course. That's when I first got Dr. Bones.
Don't drink the water.
Don't drink the water. I met him in person, and he had always wanted to be a villain in a book series. So I was like, I can make your dream come true, buddy. And now Dr. Bones actually plays Dr. Bones on the audio drama.
Yeah. When Swenson picks him up, that was like the best like scene.
Right.
Yeah.
And that would be him.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Bones did, I think he did the first, at least in the prepper world, and we were probably ahead of everybody anyway, but he did a show with Nurse Amy in December of 2019 that we reposted on PBN. And it was something and strange pneumonias in China. And it was COVID. I mean, it was what he was talking about. We didn't know it as that yet, but him and Nurse Amy talked about it. They were talking about COVID. They just didn't, they were talking about is like, what is this thing? What could it be? There's definitely something going on.
Well,
and it was
even in
such a crazy show to look back on.
At the same time, we got really, really sick. Sick enough.
Did you really?
The doctor, yeah.
In December.
Because it was before we moved. Like, I remember exactly because I was really sick. We were trying to move to Texas and everything.
Yeah.
And bad enough to go into the doctor. And the doctor was just like, yeah, you got a cold, No, there's nothing we're going to be able to do for it. And then boom, 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 COVID's here. And it was like, yeah, it was kind of crazy.
Yeah, we had something run through our house in November of that year, but I don't think it was COVID because we got it. We got it for sure because I remember it all hit us in a different way, but it was weird. It was a weird one. Definitely, definitely your run of the mill. Definitely not generated in a lab or man made.
Oh no, it hits everybody differently. It has nothing to do with genetics.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but that was a good one.
Dale and Lisa are a good one. Survival's prep.
Yeah. Now you're doing like a Hall of Fame of prepper podcasters now.
Yeah. So, go ahead, Chin.
Oh no, I was just saying, yeah, Dale and Lisa, they were. Didn't she get a gig for Neosporin? She's like the host for that now, the spokeswoman for Neosporin.
It's a running joke because Lisa hates Neosporin. She's a specialist, and she's all about the Silvazorb. And I got to tell you, this is funny that you brought that up. My mom picked up the cat. The cat just claws out of her arm. She's squirting blood on my sofa. Oh my gosh. So yeah. So I'm like, this is a cat bite. Like, maybe we should go to the hospital. No, might be fine. Blah, blah, blah. It's just like ripped open. I'm like, okay, whatever. We'll figure it out. We put the silver stuff on there. I just buy the generic one because an offer. So you could watch it pulling the pus out of her arm. Like, it's legit. Yeah.
Wow.
It's really good stuff. So there's something to be said for it. Yeah, Lisa and her Neosporin. She's like, don't use that stuff. Sorry, Neosporin. They won't be sponsoring the Changing Earth, I guess.
Definitely not.
Uh-oh. We lost
Where'd
our chip.
go?
Oh, no, he fell out.
The mesh node broke. The repeater broke.
The repeater's off. That's what I was like. If he was on a radio, I could hear him right now. He's trying to hop out to Texas so he can hop to Texas and be able to connect with me on one of those things.
You mean via repeater?
Yeah, or like put up
He's
a weather.
getting close.
I know.
He's damn sure getting close. He sends me little diagrams every day, almost about where he's seeing signals.
Where is reaching? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we get into Without Land, and this is where I'm gonna do a giveaway. So if anybody's out there in the chat, guess I should be on Element too, huh? I'm gonna pull up Element just in case.
I think he's back.
All right, there he is. So
I got cut out. It said something sensitive. Neosporin didn't like my comments.
Oh yeah.
We thought your mesh plastic nose failed. We were.
Dude,
Yeah.
that stuff's amazing. But
You're unlinked. Oh no, we don't spoil Chen on this conversation. That's a no. Okay.
But funny conversation. The wife and I were squirrel for a second. The wife and I were taking the dog out for a walk today, and she started talking about vitamins and all this stuff. That I said, just put it on the table, and I'll take it. And then she goes, yeah, it's like when you start talking radios. I'm like, yeah, just put the walkie-talkie on the channel and go. It's like I tell her what channel. She just set it and
Set it and forget it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. I've been nagging you for a minute. Come on.
Hey,
Alrighty, so in between 1 and 2 is the Las Vegas years. In between book 1 and 2. And I don't know if I can show it. Even says 1.5 now on this one, right?
oh,
Because
sweet.
it's technically
Great idea.
During that time that I was out, I went and ordered the book, Sarah. So everybody listening, if the co-host can order the book, they can get on the stick and order the
Oh,
book.
I'll be ordering mine for sure.
That's right.
pre-order. You guys help me out. But how many years are in between book 1 and 2? And if you can tell me the answer, then I'll give you.
Oh, trivia question. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's the. So whoever pops up, I think I can see. Can I see the chat, James? Am I doing things correctly?
Oh,
Like in the StreamYard chat,
Yeah.
it's in that comment section.
Yeah, I got it.
up on the top.
I think
Yeah,
I did.
top right.
Just everybody's quiet. What are you guys doing out there? You're quiet.
It is very quiet.
Sunday.
Plenty of people watching over on X.
Yeah. Come on, guys.
It's weird that our usual suspects on YouTube aren't here.
Yeah. What I picked a bad night. Yeah.
What do they know that we don't know?
Right? What are you doing, man? You know what I'm doing? I'm waiting for Jesus. He'll tell me when it's right.
There you go.
All right. So Without Land, my favorite one, my mind blower during podcasting season 2 was having Doug on. This was the first year for Doug, so I've known him 9 years. And
When
he
you met Winston.
Yeah, he was a pastor when I asked him to do that. Did you
Oh
know?
my goodness. Jesus.
Yeah. I know. So he, though, came on the podcast and absolutely blew my mind with everything that the government already has in place to control everything. If they just say, oh, it's a national disaster, boom. They can control the air. They can control you, lodging, food, water, oil, just everything you could possibly think of.
Yeah.
It was all taken control slowly by slowly with executive orders. And then I believe it was Obama that went, well, we'll just make these all into one so that when we just say it, boom, now we got everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
His class on that at prepper camp is a don't miss class.
It is. We have it on Changing Earth. We did Surviving Martial Law on Changing Earth because he got rained out in Helene. And then with where we were at with what was going on right about then, we thought it's very important.
Making notes. Yeah.
Martial law, yeah. And he told me I need to be a little bit more compliant. And I said, we'll see about that, you know.
Compliant.
Yeah. Because if people come to your house, the federals or whatever, and they don't come back and check in, guess where the next force is coming to? You know? So he made a good point. I don't know if it's within my nature, though, so we'll give it a try. It's like Erica and Swenson. Like,
Yeah, so Erica being put in the sweat box, that's no like you didn't draw from self-experience there, did you? You got to be a little more compliant, Sarah. You won't end up in a sweat box.
Well, yeah, that's what Chen's like. Oh, I'm never getting arrested with you. We're gonna get in too much trouble. Just a sweet angel.
No, now she's in the real life sweatbox. Now she's down there in Texas.
I live in Texas. Tell me about it.
Man.
And the other one that really, really blew my mind during season 2. Oh, guys, I should caveat all this with you can access, if you go to changingearthseries.com, you have to subscribe and become a member. You don't have to pay me if you don't want to, but I do appreciate it if you do, because that's a lot of years of podcasting. But you become a subscriber and you get access to the membership information. And then I have all the books listed out with all the shows that go with them. So you can literally listen to the whole book series and get the survival lesson that goes with it. So that's where I'm pulling all of the shows from. And you can find them randomly around on my website as well. But that's the easiest way to find like what content with what is through that area. So I interviewed this guy, and his name is Craig Polfus. Sorry, I don't pronounce it very well. But he did higher brain living for survival. And I tell you what, he had me read materials that just blew my mind as far as human evolution and how we never evolved to the next step without a disaster. But like you'd like to think that eventually we would be wise enough to be able to go to that point without destroying each other or having this huge disaster before human civilization advances to the next level. So like the Dark Age and stuff like that, right? He had me read this book called The Watchman's Rattle, which I would highly recommend if you are into any kind of advancing your brain to the next level, because it just goes through like a lot of how the prefrontal cortex comes up with ideas and like, for example, a fire break, how they know how to backburn stuff now, right? So they'll start a fire in front of the big fire so they can backburn it to the fire, and then the fire doesn't have anywhere to go to anymore.
No more
right?
fuel, yeah.
So the guy who thought of that was literally being surrounded by a fire. He had one spot he could stand in, so he lit everything in front of him on fire to burn to the fire to save his life. And it was just that prefrontal.
Could you imagine being there with that match in your hand? I think this is going to work.
I'm screwed one way or the other. We might as well give it a try.
Yeah. And then he was like, I'm just going to burn it to the fire. And it worked. And now it's a process that we use to help contain wildfires and whatnot. So really, really crazy, cool stuff from this guy that I learned from him. And his quote that I love, and I really needed to hear this: the past does not exist, so you're forgiven. Life gives you a fresh moment to start over with every day. But if you're reacting to the past, you will destroy yourself. You will distract yourself from the present moment.
Oh, definitely. Bravo.
Right? You got time to start over every single morning. So there's no use in bringing the past with you, except to learn from quality experiences, you know?
Yeah.
So that was right. And that was a pretty good one. Honorable mention, big time in season 2 would be Abe Lloyd. He's wild foraging, and I did quite a few video interviews with him. Incredible wild forager, and I highly recommend that if you don't know the wild things in your area, that you find someone who does and find out. Like, I literally chase these people down. There was a guy removing a beehive from our neighbor's house. And he's like, come over here. And I'm like, you have a bee suit. I don't. He's like, yeah, come over here. So I go over. He gave me all this honeycomb and everything. But he started telling me about all the native plants that are around. I'm like, dude, I'll pay you to teach me, right? And he's like, oh, just start to raise bees. I'm like, no. But that's a good place, good people to learn from. I just highly recommend that you, figure out what is around you to eat. So before you absolutely need it.
And the key with the foraging is the moment you figure out what it is and you're 100% sure, pull it out of the ground, bring it in the house, wash it off, eat the parts that are edible, prepare the parts that are preparable. Because in my experience, my personal experience, the biggest thing that held me back and the biggest thing that I think holds people back in foraging is they become real good at identifying things. And that's where it stops. That's a thistle over there and that's willow over there and that, and then when it comes time to do stuff with it, you're at that too many firsts sort of position, right?
Mm-hmm.
So grab it, pull it, bring it in, play with
Too many
Yeah.
firsts. I remember somebody else saying the comment about too many firsts.
Yeah.
We did cattails one day, that we actually
That's
went
a good
in,
one, yeah.
Cattails, how's that? Because everybody talks about it. And then acorn bars, I've got recipes on that. Acorns are great, and they're all across the country. There's so many things. You can grind it into and toast it and grind it and toast it and grind it and toast it and drink it in water, and it gives you a jump just like coffee does.
Man, I've never made acorn coffee before.
Yep, you put a
That
little
might be
caramel.
something I got to try.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. Okay, Walls of Freedom. So Walls of Freedom is one of my favorite books that I wrote. It has a lot of wilderness survival at the beginning. It's like half wilderness survival, half farm, urban type survival. And I just really, it caused me to grow in ways because I had to create the whole new society and everything. So it caused me to really grow my author skills into new grounds beyond being able to do the wild foraging with it, which I love. Wildlife survival. See, he just wants to be on the show, James. It's okay. The bird.
Chin rolled out again.
I know. He does that.
He does that
now. Yeah.
Uh,
He's popping back in. Okay. So 2 of my favorites from Walls. Oh, you know what? I should hold up a second. What did Chin find out? Did you actually do the homework assignment? Let's see if I can.
you want me? Oh, you got it.
I went with a couple shows. It wasn't the whole side, but it was literally book what that anybody that starts their book series off with the main character stuck in a wine cellar has my attention going forward. So I thought that was brilliant. The whole thing, wake up in a panic, smelling wine in the darkness, and she has to figure out how to get out of the wine cellar. You had me. So that was one of my favorite moments. Yeah.
That's the original book. My book doesn't start that way anymore.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I might have to rethink my contract now.
No, I re-edited Day After Disaster once. And,
so is that scene gone altogether or just in a different spot?
No, it's just in a different spot. So
how much is my book worth now since I have like the OG, huh?
Right.
Oh, man. Yeah, them original copies.
Yeah.
That were done through Tate will probably be worth something because they've been that long. So, yeah. But, yeah, it doesn't. It starts, she wakes up at Henry and Carol's now and then she tells the story. I do it as a flashback. Because producers look at your first 50 pages. And
I love the whole thing. She was going through, like, the coat closet was down there. She was going through all the purses and rummaging through everything to figure out what she had and what she. I was like, this is the best.
Very MacGyver-esque, right?
Yeah.
Oh no! What it reminded me of is like early video game, early stage. Video game. You know what I mean? Like you just started the video game.
Tutorial.
Yeah, I got to forage. I got to see. I got to look
clean, like high.
Walk over and touch that rock and see what's under it.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it reminded me of. It was a great intro.
Fletcher's actually thinking about designing the video game. He's been working on it for a little while. So. Yeah.
Oh, there's something you should check
out.
Series. I'm so glad you brought that up. There's something. I won't talk about it, but there's something that out there called NES Maker.
Oh,
And you ever seen it?
Yeah.
That would be a cool way to do it.
I had like a previous version of one that they did on PlayStation that was like RPG Maker. And I had it on my wrist and had to sit around for a while. So
you can make a cartridge now, like a legit Nintendo game, Changing Earth video game. Sweet.
That's
crazy.
Cool.
It's sweet.
Wow. All right. You got to talk to Fletcher.
As if you don't have enough to do.
Yeah.
Just throw a video game in there. Yeah. What the hell?
Books, podcasts, audio books, and everything else. So.
All right. Top 2 from Walls is the foot care for long hiking and bug out. Mm-hmm. So people focus on their bag, and like, first of all, can you carry that bag? All right. Like, can you legitimately carry that bag for any amount of distance?
And not just the end of the driveway and back.
Right.
So, some of these tests that James and the guys are doing where they're actually hiking through the woods, and it's insane, but it proves a lot listening to you guys. It's like
right?
Oh yeah. If we had to conduct an operation after that last 12-mile hike at 2 a.m., like if we had something important to do, we'd have needed a nap.
Yeah,
we'd have needed a nap before we got into anything, or an adrenaline jump or something.
You're right.
That was rough. And those bags weren't heavy. They weren't really very heavy at all. But
cross 2 states, scale a 100-foot mountain, and then go in and do the operation and come out. They're machines.
Yeah,
you gotta give a little.
And we weren't even carrying guns or ammunition. Think about that. No guns, no ammo, no body armor, nothing.
That one's coming. I'm gonna hit that topic. But okay, feet. So your feet are your wheels. If you don't have feet, you ain't going nowhere. Okay, and you can't have rotten feet, and you can't have toes that are messed up, and you've got to know how to take care of your feet. You've got to have your boots broken in. You can't just have like, oh, these are my bug out boots.
Okay. Fill in the box.
Yeah. You're screwed. So, so that one was important, really, really important to me. And maintaining your weapons. So Ben Brenham, awesome dude. Modern Self-Protection podcast. Super guy, another guy I've met in person. Sold me my AR. Very down to earth. Just super guy all around. And he did some audio drama work as well. He was Nickelton at the start. Done a lot of shows together, and he's just taught me a ton about firearms. So any of those ones are great to go back and listen to. That man is like crazy, crazy good when it comes to weaponry. So honorable mentions. Season 3, I have an interview from my father-in-law who's now passed away.
No.
So, yeah. And he was a vet. So he did an interview with me on Prepping for Your Pooch. And, those are the memories we make doing this kind of stuff after being here for a decade, and the legacy that we get to leave behind for our children as well. I know if something happened to me, they have over 500 hours of me talking about different stuff. So that is a special thing about podcasting. So he's up with Jesus waiting for us. I can't wait to see him again. He's a fantastic man and really great guy. The other one is Dave Shestokas, and he's a constitutional lawyer, and definitely a little bit, outside of my realm of knowledge. So I definitely wanted to pick his brain, and we did a lot of shows on is the Constitution still relevant, and what are the dangers of having a two-party system, and these are things that we don't really sit and look back on retrospectively. So great topics, great things to go over there. Okay. Battle for the South. This is season 4. of the Changing Earth podcast. I mean, I had the hardest time picking out of this lineup. This. Okay, we're talking Ellen's on the show doing boat survival. We got Doug back on doing all kinds of cool navigational things that are kind of outside his realm. Women's survival, female survival. Doug, talking about different perspectives, as a police officer and things like that, women need to think about as survival. Samuel Culper, who is Mike.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Come on, Ching.
Forward Observer, yeah.
Yeah, from Forward Observer. Right. So
Mike Shelby, yeah.
Twice. Survivor Jane.
Oh, man.
Dr. Bones is back on there. James Razone. We did an interview on interrogation. And he's an actual interrogator who was like over in the Middle East and stuff. I mean, phenomenal for where I was taking my characters and whatnot, Brian Duff, Nicole Appelian.
Nicole, yeah.
Yeah, Nicole Appelian's on. And she's just fantastic herbalist. John Green, nobody will know John Green because I couldn't share his real name. But he is from Homeland Security, very high up in Homeland Security, and some great interviews there. Doug Huffman, not Hogan, Doug Huffman owned Sierra Survival, and he did a lot of my close quarters combat training with me, urban evasion stuff. He was phenomenal to train with. I don't think I've said that word enough about all of these incredible people. So, if you want just a season where you're just going to be downloaded with some seriously awesome survival information, this is it. Favorite shows of mine from the season, since I had to pick two, I set that goal for myself, was getting and staying self-defense ready with Dan Lobos. He was my martial arts instructor for 20 years now. That's weird to say. He is the man tells me to jump. I would say how high. I trust him with my life, and he's just an incredible individual who does so much to use his time to better other people's lives. So incredibly stellar man. And this interview that I did with him is a lot of the foundation of my self-defense class. So it's not just about moves. It's about nutrition in your body. Because if your body ain't ready to defend itself, it doesn't matter what you know. You're going to roll around like a roly-poly-oly, right? I mean, that's it. So, yeah. So it doesn't matter how much knowledge you have if you don't have your body in decent shape to be able to execute those things and carry that bag, do that hike, And if you think it's easy, go ahead and try one jiu-jitsu class. Because at the end of that jiu-jitsu class or a sparring class, Brock and I started doing Krav now too, Krav Maga. I say it very wrong because I'm from Michigan. But we started doing that as well just because I wanted to learn. I get to be a white belt again. I'm a beginner. So that's fun. And, good exercise and whatnot. So still training MMA, still expanding the horizons. And it's just really important to do so. Stay ready. Get ready. Stay ready. Keep your bone structure up. And, you're going to have to do that 4 times a week at least. So typically I wake up and train in the morning and at night during the week. So which is why I have to, or else I lose my brain. Do I grow? All right. The other one we were getting to, because you said carrying ammo on the hike, right?
Sure.
James Yeager. God bless him. He's in heaven as well now, before I got a chance to go meet him and give him hell. Because I was looking forward to that one. I love poking the bear. Really, really amazing, incredible guy as well. No nonsense, dude. But he made me read his book, Private Defense Contracting by James Yeager, before I did the interview with him. And I tell you what, I am so glad I did, because his lists in that book are for like what you need if you're going over to do an operation, right? And you're going to survive maybe a week or whatever out, God knows where, all your gear that you need, everything that you need to carry. So if you're looking for like, what's my military loadout look like? How much, right? How much more gear do I have to carry?
Yeah.
How much is the other stuff worth it to me if I need to carry these bullets?
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because
Yeah, well, that's when the bug out, like the pack everything bug out bag goes out the window.
exactly.
You know what I mean? Because it just becomes unfeasible.
Right. And where are you going to move? How are you going to move with that thing on?
Yeah.
So, and you know, the movies are great. Like, oh, I'll get the ammo. They pick up this huge duffel bag supposedly full of guns and ammo. Like, dude, the handles would rip straight off that thing. Like, I
You
know.
get over the shoulder, no problem. Or no, I like the guys that carry it like in their right hand the whole time.
Yeah, oh, I got it. I'm like, dude, no, you wouldn't. My bag is like this bag full of ammo. And I'm like,
Yeah, exactly.
it's crazy. And then you'd have to have the guns on your back. You're not going to have them in the bag with them. Your guns be getting all stretched out. Anyway, so that's my take on it. So that's why those are my two. All right, so let's see. We got some other people in the chat. Has anybody guessed how many years are in between book 1 and 2? I guess it's a tall order. You guys haven't read Changing Earth, man. This is an easy question. Easy. For me. All right. Right? I got it figured out. I had to timeline that sucker.
Tell Firewolf Forge to take a guess.
Okay, so the next what?
Just take a guess. Firewolf Forge in chat, in the YouTube chat over there.
Yeah, Firewall Forge. Just start guessing numbers.
There's a freebie involved, dude.
Yeah, you can win a copy of my new book, The Las Vegas Years. Oh, here, get rid of the sun.
You said 3 years.
What? No, longer than that.
I'm gonna hop off, Sarah. I appreciate you having me on.
Commander.
I appreciate it. Congratulations. Tremendous. The two of you have been tremendous for years. And Sarah, I know you're the woman of many projects, but definitely take the time to enjoy what you've created and accomplished, because it's above average. We know the averages. We know the metrics, you know? And that's you.
Appreciate it.
All right, Chin. Good to talk to you too, my man. Firewolf, thanks for popping in. I'll see you guys.
All right, Firewolf, you're close. You're very, very close now. You're just knocking at the door.
Whoops. Sorry.
7. Knocking at the door. Let's see if we can get it. I'm going to go on to the next question. So, what or who changed the whole direction of my novel series? There's somebody that changed the direction of my whole novel series. Who was that?
I like Firewolf. And 4 days.
Yeah, now you're over. Now you're over. 2 weeks, 4 days. No. And you can go even year. I rounded it off. But now you're past again.
That's funny.
Think middle ground. So when I started doing Dark Days in Denver, my focus turned very much to human trafficking. And so if you can tell me, well, you're pretty darn close now. One less. I'll look you up.
Who in their right mind would think human trafficking would be a modern day issue? I mean, it's still
I know.
Blows my mind that's a thing. Yeah.
That's why I was blown out of the water. Oh, I put 9. You're right. 9 years. Yep. You can. Oh, I didn't. If you go over to ChangingEarthSeries.com and hit the contact button, you can just shoot me an email and that way we can connect. I'll grab your address and send you out a book. You are the winner of the Las Vegas years, but please go pre-order as well. It really helps me out. Okay, let's get through some of these. Some more. We're lagging. So, yeah, the human trafficking really hit me hard. And knowing that human trafficking hit me hard, if you can guess. Firewolf is going to get hooked up. Because if you can guess who influenced me to change the direction of my book series, then you'll get a free t-shirt as well. And it'll be easy for me to send out both to one space. Skip came on the show. We did a show on Stop Human Trafficking. That's why TJ was created, so I could really highlight the horrors of human trafficking. And also bring my readers into the central region so we can look at them that's going on there, what the repercussions are of that going to our country. So one of the interview that I did with Skip was also a great interview, also the basis of my anti-sexual harassment class. Oh, if you get one, you'll have to get the rest. Well, you can order signed copies from me over there while you're there. Get hooked up. They're not the new covers, but I still have a few sets of my old covers on sale over there. You'd have a new cover that you just won, and then old covers. But I'm getting ready to take those to Prepper Camp and put them on the clearance rack. So they are a great deal over there. But it is the old covers. If you want the new ones, you can order them there as well. Okay, number 2 on that list was prepping for addicts. I don't know that enough of us really think about like, oh, that person drinks beer all the time. That person smokes cigarettes. That person, cocaine habits, heroin, pills, pharmaceuticals, right? There's so many addictions that people have, and we need to think about that when we are planning for preparedness. Dan Lovas actually did that interview with me as well. Great guy, of course, but it's a really good one. And like I said, I was blown away. I was like, I'm going back to listen to my own shows. This is really good stuff. Honorable mentions, that was a wow moment for me to look through there and be like, whoa. Phil Nels, he had Raven bladesmithing. He was on. Dr. Fraser Schilling from Berkeley was on regarding coastal, the ocean level increase. Michael Poland from the Yellowstone Observatory was on, and Michael Loftus came on and did his anti-kidnapping class with me. He is really a big basis for my anti-kidnapping class. That man is amazing. He was like a boxer in the Bronx who was like sick of watching women get, assaulted and whatnot, and just started teaching women to defend themselves. Really honorable task. Put it together really well. Great job. Phil Rabelais, that guy was on there. And Rick, Austin was on there. So Endless Night, that's when Chin joins the show. Woo. Thank you, Chin.
Endless Nights.
Right? Endless Nights. And Fernando Aguirre is one of my highlights from that season.
Yeah.
We did some amazing stuff on that season as well. But Fernando, he came on and talked about the collapse of Argentina and was like, if you don't think it could happen in the United States, think again. You listen to that man's story, it's incredible. So that one I would definitely check out. And we had Hakeem on. Hakeem Isler was on, and he did psychological warfare, his psychological warfare class, which is really cool. He has a cool set of like personality traits that you can use to kind of like figure out people. And these are really good tips to know if you're going to be a leader. Chief Master, my martial arts instructor, took me all through these types of things when I started teaching martial arts, so that you can understand people's personality types and teach to each style of how they're learning. Really nice stuff. James Yeager and the Flood Show is in that
My
season.
favorite. That was my second favorite.
Yeah. Have we got past your first one yet, or are you holding out? You still holding out?
No, my first one was the very first show, getting stuck in the wine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was. I don't know that my favorites are productive prepping tips, but they're my favorite shows.
I love it.
And James telling you no.
You don't drive through the flood water. I'm like,
But what if no?
we got to do a half-hour interview here.
That was the
Like,
best.
come on.
Those were my two favorite shows.
So we did Tourniquet and Stop Bleed with my buddy Tim Johnson. He's now like big time paramedic. He does a lot of still teaching Stop Bleed classes and stuff like that. Kevin Reeder, remember we had him on for the wound.
Yep.
That was interesting. And Doug, Ben Brenham back on Nicole again, great community and a lot of community shows and self-reflection shows in that season, which is always good stuff. Hope on the Horizon was 2020. So that is our COVID mark. And believe it or not, my favorite show from Hope on the Horizon is Communist Takeover. And because I was curious, like, how did Germany fall into what they fell into before World War II? What's that really look like? And so we ended up finding way better information than we wanted to.
Wasn't that the one that I was afraid of training the wrong listeners?
No, that was How to Become a Tyrant. I think that was.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was like, oh, man, this is not the right show.
This night, yeah. But this one had that list of like all of the different communist goals that have already been accomplished, which is just crazy. Healing from psychological abuse is the other one that I picked out in that one, because it pretty much summed up all of 2020. We were all psychologically abused, and our country still has a lot of healing to do. The healing and the love, those are the only things that are really going to stop war. And so we have to heal, and we have to hope that other people will feel as enlightened to do so, or else we're not going to be in a good place. Erica and the world at this point, we're in a very strange parallel with her like overcoming this. So that was pretty interesting. Honorable mentions here. Doug did his National Emergency Freedom Show, which was incredible. James Walton, the Intrepid Commander, was on. He did his Second Amendment show. We did that long distance hiking show. That was really, really good. Chock-a-block full of great info for the long. And then how to cope with psychological torture. That one was pretty good. The Bitter End is the last book. I only podcasted 14 episodes of that one because I gave away all my books. If you want to check them out, you can get them all for free. I mean, all you're doing is supporting me by actually buying them, which is great. But I want you to have the information anyway. So I gave away all my books, and I wasn't going to give away the end of the series. So that is one that you have to actually go and buy if you want to experience the end of the series. And I was scared to write this book because I was afraid of not giving the series the justice that it deserved at the end. And it's a big book because I just kept writing till it felt done. And so I'm pretty proud of that one. And so that's what we did. Prepper Camp 2021 was a show in there, pretty fun. On the Australia lockdown and the tracking. Guys, you want to... Like, what was happening here was crazy. What was happening in Australia was insanity. So that's from the mouth of our resident Australian, right?
Yeah. Boots on the ground for that one.
Yeah, and that was crazy. Then we did Vergis, and it's full of some amazing. It was a lot of like summarizing a lot of knowledge that we've been really putting together during these 10 years, and deep dives into topics that we felt like we didn't really explore enough.
Once again, I love the beginning of that one. Flying in the airplane was like, I love that because you pulled it together. It was fine. That I would love that.
Yeah, that they're in the air while the earthquake's going on down
Yeah.
and everything. Yeah. And then I had to put that when I did my video. I put that in a video. Did I? No, that's during season 1. I didn't put that one in video. I lied. It's amazing how fast that technology made it possible for me to do what I do. It was like it's not available to do that, and now it is. So it was pretty neat. We did the show on choosing your hard, though, and I really loved that show. It's like, you know what? Exercising is hard. Not exercising is hard on your body, and you're going to face a lot of prepping is hard. Not prepping is hard. So choose your hard. What do you want to be facing? And then maintaining calm in difficult conversations. That's something I'm still.
Might have to go listen to that one again. Yeah.
Over and over again.
Yes.
Whew, it's been a week. Great tips there, though. And then honorable mentions, we had Rick. That was Rick Austin. That was the 10-year Prepper Camper anniversary last year. So that was a pretty special milestone for them. Carrie Hansen came on and shared with us what she was doing with her podcast, which are some amazing mom survival stories. If you're going through like difficult times and you don't think there's anybody else out there experiencing these things.
She has some crazy podcasts. Yeah.
Yeah. Butch came on, we got a whole for survivals, lots of great stuff. And then Dave Jones, Phil Ellen, the whole crew. Then live shows. So if you go into my website and you go to the podcast, the live show links are shows that really don't have a season because we were just floating around in between books. And there's some amazing shows in there. There's some really funny shows in there as well, too. Some great goodies. They're all listed there. So you don't have to like search around for them. They're all there. The Prepper Camp live casts are there. A lot of planetary news and like the show that James was talking about, that Nightmares Forever. That one's there. But my two favorite out of that are the two most recent that we did. Last month's Surviving Catastrophic Flooding.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great show. There's a lot of information in there, and we all need to be prepared because it's getting crazy and it's worldwide and it's crazy sauce. And then the wildfire safety tips.
The fire, right?
Yeah, that is.
And we were both coming from experiencing that, like you in California, me we had North Carolina, South Carolina. So it's like we were both talking from our hearts on those shows.
Right. And I was in Helene, man. I was there. That was fun.
I'm so glad my home state could expose you to that experience.
That was good. All right. So there you guys go. 10-year recap. Changing Earth. We're gonna do a little Changing Earth news, but we better get after it because we're getting low on time or getting long on time, and I don't want to keep your guys' ears forever. I know y'all got stuff to do. Let's jump into some Changing Earth news because we have some biggies going on. Let me just get my tech all fired up over here.
Dream, survive, thrive. This is Changing Earth News.
All right, so we are looking back to July 6th for Changing Earth News. Tropical Storm Chantel hit South Carolina. 5 people dead from the flooding. So I know you're always like, oh, it's always flooding over there. That I thought was kind of worth a mention because 5 people, 60-mile-an-hour wind. So it wasn't that bad. It's the hurricane season's been creeping in slow, but that's the same thing it did last year. And I'm telling you, if they're forecasting a hurricane over North Carolina again, I want to think twice. I'm just saying. That was a little spooky. Typhoon Danis hit in Taiwan, China, and the Philippines. There was a total of 34 lives lost in that event, 22 injuries, 8 people missing from that, billions of dollars in damage in the Philippines. And the Philippines have really been getting hammered. I don't know about being out on an island right now. They also had crop damage to things like rice, vegetable crops, that type of thing. We had a couple of tropical storms, but Mount Luatobi Laki-Laki in Indonesia. I know I probably say it wrong, but that's
If we were playing a drinking game right now.
Luatobi Laki-Laki. It's been erupted big time. It was actually like big time. When I look at the volcano numbers, you don't usually see like major eruption. There's only been 2 times. And I think it was last month that was the other. It might have been the month before that, but they've both been very recent as far as major eruption going. And it is Luatobi, Laki-Laki. Went up like 19,000 meters of the ash fall into the air. So that's making some big noise over there. What else we got? We had some tornadoes touch down, but we're talking light tornadoes. 10th, 11th, some droughts going on, but it hasn't been too bad. And honestly, I know it's hotter than Hades in Texas, but it's been cooler than a lot of our other summers have been. So I know
we've had heat warnings.
Yeah.
All like the last 2 weeks up here.
We sent it all to you guys this year.
Oh, thanks. But no.
You guys are like at the same temperature as us almost. So that's supposed to continue through August. You guys are supposed to cool down for like a week, and then it's going to crank back up a little bit. July 14th, flash flooding in New Jersey. 2 lives lost there from the flooding. Possible crop damage to corn that's growing up there. The volcano in Ireland erupted on the 16th. It is a name that I cannot even try to pronounce, but it's not the one that begins with an R. I can't remember what it is. Rhetoric, something like that. It's one that begins with an S, Sundahunder or something of that nature. But I cannot read their language even close. The volcanoes have all been very, very, very active. Lots of noise going on, which puts a high alert up for West Coast. I hate to do that. But it is just eerie out there right now. Tornadoes, 18th to the 19th. We're talking winds, big winds in Ohio, Nebraska. Everything had kind of calmed down in Texas. We're getting like some thunderstorms and things like that. It was cool out in California. We haven't seen big wildfires, knock on wood, praise the Lord, and ask that he please continue that. The 22nd to the 24th was the Limassol Valley fire in Cyprus. 2 people died in that one. 10,000 hectares burned. So that's a big fire going on. That's over in Europe area in Turkey, I believe. And it's likely olive oils, vineyards, things like that are going to be affected by that. Greece had a big fire from a helicopter crash. Oh, they're doing Life After People again. Do you ever watch that show?
Mm-mm.
I took notes on that show to write my books. Love that show to death. And they're doing new episodes on it. And one was about like when people just go away in New York, then like there's like 9,000 helicopters flying over New York airspace at any given time. So if they were just instantly gone, then all those helicopters would be crashing down. It was pretty cool. Oh no, this is the fire in Turkey. The Sayatagazi fire. 10 firefighters lost their lives, unfortunately, in that one. It was out in rural areas, but still 10 people died, the firefighters, 14 injuries. We're looking at possible crop losses from that incident. CME came in on July 24th. And ironically enough, that was not a huge CME that came in, but right after that is when we had the hurricane that kicked up. Hurricane Iona in the Pacific reached Category 3, didn't hit land though, but you watch these things empower themselves when the solar energy come off. And we had the 5.0 in Japan, and then we had like 75-mile-an-hour winds in South Dakota. And we had the 8.8 earthquake in Kamchatka. And that is obviously the biggest event that we've had go on. I watch a few different people on earthquake coverage. When the earthquake first happened, they reported it, USGS, and pretty much everybody else was reporting it as like a 7.8, an 8-pointer. The buoys did light up with motion, so like there was an active event taking place. But then USGS actually went back and started upgrading the magnitude of that.
I remember seeing the numbers bump up.
Yeah, they bumped up. And usually they bump down. And like the rest of Europe and everybody was reporting it as like a 7.8. So I don't know. I don't have a clue what they're thinking over there. And then it's making news as like the biggest earthquake. And that was a lot of them upgrading it. So interesting how the narrative gets pulled around there. Nonetheless, there was one indirect death from that incident, 23 injuries. And then in Kamchatka, again, we saw the lava flows. There was a couple of droughts that are going on in Turkey, Great Britain. It's just, that time of year for us. CME kicked off on July 30th. It was a KP 3 to 4. No big impact from that one as well, but we did see a hurricane kick up the next day. It went up to 75 miles an hour, but didn't get a rating and didn't make landfall. So we're good with that. So we're just kind of cruising through July, right? We hit August 1st, and we had a 4.8 in Japan, another 4.8 in Japan, 4.7 in Japan, 5.6 in Russia, 5.6 in Russia, 5.0 in Russia, 5.4 in Russia. So obviously this activity is not over. Great Sitkin, so this is our country up in Alaska. They're seeing lava flows and whatnot from that mountain. And then Kilauea erupts in Hawaii. This is all going down on August 1st. Like July was just really quiet, and then boom. Then the second, we're looking at a 4.6 in Japan, a 4.4, 4.6, 4.9. All above 4.0s are pretty good earthquakes. And we just have them chock blocked. 4.8, 4.5, 4.7, 5.6 in Russia, 5.6 in Russia, 5.0 in Russia. I mean, I was like, what is going on? So I can't wait for the end of August to see what the earthquake numbers actually come to, because this is really crazy. This is a lot. Then Sitko starts erupting again. Kilauea is still erupting. Another 4.6 comes through. I mean, Japan and Russia are just still rattling. And the West Coast, we got a couple of 4-pointers on the West Coast yesterday. So that energy has to go somewhere when it spins around the ring of fire. You don't want it to build. Then we get really bad stuff. 5.5 in Japan, and then the 5.0 again in Russia, a 6.0 yesterday, actually this morning in Russia. And then we had the one on the East Coast and the one on the New Madrid. So we have a lot of really big earthquake activity kind of going on right now, which is a little bit spooky. But obviously that, even though it's not an 8.8, I don't believe it in my heart that it really was. I think we would have seen a much bigger tsunami from it if it was. I don't know why they would do it as a news cycle, but whatever, that's not my call. Volcanoes actively erupting on our planet. We have one major eruption going on. We have 40 volcanoes erupting. Remember back in the day when I was like, wow, 29. That's a lot. We haven't seen that. Now we're up to 40. We've been sticking at 40 month after month. Eruption warning on 41 volcanoes under that, and volcanic unrest on 24 under that. So we actually added 2 more. We're at 104 last month. We're now up to 106. This will cool our planet. I mean, you don't have to worry about global warming if all of these freaking volcanoes keep going. They can cool our planet. One volcano can be more than we've done in 100 years. So it's legitimate. I hope we're ready to build greenhouses, So we're going to have to figure out how to grow a lot of food really fast. As far as earthquakes go, we had 18,881 that were 2.0 or bigger in June. We had 20,530 in July, so we did see an uptick. But like I said, I'm really going to be interested to see what the August numbers look like. Wildfire levels, we're doing pretty good. And we're doing pretty good around the world. I mean, there was that big fire in Turkey. But like last year, South America was burning up and stuff. It's been looking pretty good as far as it goes. I'm always looking at fires that are like bigger than 10,000 hectares. I want the big fires, right? That'd be about 20,000 acres. That we're pushing into a big fire range. The fire preparedness level for the United States is at a 3. I would still caution everybody. I don't care where you are in the United States. We had a lot of material come down last year. We've had some warm temperatures, like you said, Jen, all weird places this year. So we need to be wildfire ready. But in total in the United States, there's 5 new fires, a total of 29 active fires, 306,000 acres on fire. 5 of those fires are contained. Number 1 state on the list is Utah, coming in with 2 fires, 66,087 acres. No new fires, none contained, though. Arizona is number 2 on the list. They have 5 active fires, 62,199 acres. No new fires. None of those are contained. Alaska is actually number 3 on the list with 2 fires, 40,894 acres. No new fires. None of those are contained. And then number 4 is California. 2 fires, 40,276 acres. 0 new fires. 1 of those fires is contained. So we'll just keep praying that they continue that through the year because they really don't need another wildfire year. I can tell you the insurance marketplace is a mess there. If you ever want to talk about how ridiculous bureaucracy eventually backs you into a corner, I'm your gal because it's just insanity. And a lot of layoffs have been happening in Northern California because of the AI takeover. So they're getting hit. It's kind of like watching Armageddon happen from afar, having a peek into the window of what's happening there in that state. And it's not good. It's not good stuff. So we'll just hope they figure it out. I'm glad I got out, and I'm praying for everybody that's there. All right, guys. Well, I've been winded out. Let's see. Let me check over to our comments one more time. See who's around in chat rooms. Firewolf, hit me up. I'm going to give you that book. Did
he gets a gold star for participation this show?
What? He does. He totally does. Yeah. Because I was going to do a couple of giveaways, but Sunday night's rough, I guess I could do anybody listening to the replay of this show, or if Firewolf can figure it out, but I'm not going to give you this one. If you can figure out who changed the direction of my series for Day After Disaster, and it has to do with human trafficking, that's your big hint, then you'll get a free t-shirt and you will get a lifetime membership to Prepper Broadcasting Network. I'll give them both away at once. Go ahead and email me. That's probably best. So just head on over to ChangingEarthSeries.com. It's ChangingEarthSeries.com. It's up there on your screen. And go to the contact. If you hover on the home, contact picks up right underneath it. Shoot me an email. That is going to be the easiest way. And the first one that I get will win that prize. Did I say his name? Oh, I might have. I might have actually said his name in the show. So, yep. Firewolf might
First one to fire off that email, right?
Yep. First one to fire that email.
Rewind. Rewind. Be kind and rewind.
Yeah. Oh no, that's Danielle. Blockbuster.
Blockbusters. Yeah, exactly.
Well, guys, after 10 years of podcasting, I'm blown away. I really appreciate. I've got viewers listeners that are like, "Hey, I'm still listening," and it's really touching. And thank you, Chin, for the gift. And I really appreciate everybody. If you guys want to get me a gift, the best gift that you can get me right now is go out and pre-order the Las Vegas Years. Get the other books while you're there. You can order them, signed copies on my website, ChangingEarthSeries.com. And hopefully I see you out at Prepper Camp this year. And until next time, remember, dream,
survive,
thrive.
Thank you for listening to the Changing Earth podcast. Please take a moment to like, subscribe, and leave a comment or a review. Help make the Changing Earth world go around by purchasing the Changing Earth novel series at Amazon.com or get your signed copies at ChangingEarthSeries.com. Get your Changing Earth gear and become a paid subscriber for extra goodies at ChangingEarthSeries.com.